Come, Ray. The one constant through all the years, Ray, has been baseball.
Little roller up along first. Behind the bag. It gets through Buckner. Here comes Knight, and the Mets win. Now the 2-1.
Line drive to the base hit. Just as the score the tying run. Green to the plate. And he is safe. Safe at the plate. The Braves go to the World Series.
Have reserved seats somewhere along one of the baselines that sat when they were children and cheered their heroes.
Gibson swings and a fly ball to deep right field. This is going to be a home run. Unbelievable!
A 3-run home run for Bucky Dent. The Yankees now lead by a score of 3-2.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mazeroski has hit a 1-0 pitch over the left field fence at Ford Field to win the 1960 World Series.
They'll arrive at your door as innocent as children, longing for the past.
The Pope arrived at Yankee Stadium. As one enthusiastic announcer put it, he is standing on second base.
Reggie Jackson. Long drive right field. It is big World Series. The Blue Jays are World Series champions as Joe Carter hits a 3-run home run.
Back and throws. There's a left back. It's going to be, I believe, the Giants from the pennant. The Giants from the pennant. The Giants from the pennant.
The 0-1 pitch. A liner off Nagy's glove into center field. The Florida Marlins have won the World Series.
The memories will be so thick that I can brush them with my faces.
The 1-0 delivery to Fisk. He swings, long drive, left field. If it stays fair, it's gone. Home run! The Red Sox win. And the series is...
Lolich fires, ball is hit high in the air. This should be the series. Freehand waving everybody away in foul territory. Detroit wins.
Here's the pitch to Willie. There's a liner straight to Richardson. The ball game is over and the World Series is over. Willie McCovey hit it like a bullet. A line drive right in the
Baseball to mark the time.
The Oakland A's take. I'll tell you what, we're having an earth.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Candlestick Park for Game 3 of the 1989 World Series.
It's been erased like a blackboard, rebuilt and erased again.
Frank Robinson, the right-hand batter.
long drive to left field. Way back. It's 65. Home run.
Base hit loaded, 1 out. Pena in a jam. The Twins are going to win the World Series. The Twins have won it.
Ozzie with 1 out. Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. It's a home run. And the
Willie Mays just brought this crowd to its feet with a catch, which must have been an optical illusion to a lot of people.
This field, this game, is a part of our past, Ray. It reminds us of all that once was good, and it could be again.
Broadcasted live.
Hey! Who wants to have some fun?
There are balls coming from all over the place. Left field, center field, right field. See, this is the kind of thing, quite honestly, right now, that makes you want to see the Chicago Cubs team lose.
Now, you just saying you want to have fun, or do you really want to have fun?
It'll be fun.
Will the next person that sees anybody throw anything onto this field, point them out, or get them out of here? You don't live in Cleveland. You live in Cincinnati.
You talking to me? You talking to me?
That is the farthest thing in the universe from the truth.
Hello, everyone, live. It's the Dan Scott Show. And right there is your host, Dan Scott.
He is your host because no one else wants to be. I am Dan Scott. That is Forrest Stalting, and welcome to Monday on another gorgeous day here in the upstate of South Carolina. Hope that everything is going well. You had a great weekend, and boy, this Monday's a lot different than last Monday, to be sure.
You got that. There's not a cloud in the sky, Dan. It is just sun aplenty out there right now.
Yeah. Hopefully it's going to stay that way. In fact, I think for the week we're supposed to have good weather, at least the last time I looked. Hopefully the show will match the quality of the weather. I'm a little dubious as to whether that'll happen or not, but that's our goal every day. Our true goal is to inform and entertain, and if you're having a good day, don't mess it up. And if you're not having a good day, maybe we can provide you a little bit of a lift. Maybe we'll learn something we did not know by the time the show is over, and as I always say, for a lot of us, that is easier than it is for others. We've got a lot to get to today, as you might imagine, on a Monday following a big weekend of college football, NFL. We will be taking an in-depth look at Furman, North Carolina State, and looking at the Paladins moving forward. Just one more non-conference game this weekend at Colgate, and then the final 7 games of the season all inside the Southern Conference.
Gotta get some fine-tuning done this week before the SoCon comes rolling around for real.
Got to get a win.
That's even more important. You got that right, Dan.
College football weekend. We'll spend some time talking Clemson and Louisville, among others. Just an incredible performance by Dabo Swinney's team.
Yeah.
And a lot of other games that, for various and sundry reasons, are on the radar. So we'll do that. Campus notes here at Furman. We've got some baseball stuff, Inside Forest 3 things, and a lot more. So we've got a bunch to get to today, as is normally the case in our show, which is brought to you each and every day by our friends at the Atlanta Bread Company in Cherrydale. Did you get any rest after we got in Saturday night?
A little bit, yeah. Probably I was on the couch watching some college football. Fell asleep about 11:30 on the couch. Woke up about 3:30 and rolled into bed. So we went back to sleep, obviously. So I got some good rest that night, and then, yeah, the drive went on Friday, so I didn't get much sleep going into the Saturday, and then so it was a heck of a win by them. They clinched their first South Atlantic League championship over the weekend in franchise history, so that was a lot of fun to roam around on the field with the players and kind of celebrate a little bit with them. Then actually yesterday I got to throw some baseball for the first time in a few months, so that was a lot of fun. Not as sore as I thought it would be, but definitely a little tender in the shoulder.
Yeah, well, you got more sleep, I think, on Saturday night or on Friday night than Marcus McMorris.
I think by a couple hours, and now I only got 2 or 3. So
yeah, it might have been a close race, but he made up for it in the car, both coming and going.
That is the truth.
To Raleigh. Before we get into the college football stuff and specifically Furman and North Carolina State, what else is going on here on campus for our Furman fans? And today is the second day moving forward. It'll be every day, but the second day that we've added Furman's YouTube page to our live streaming. So we're on, I think, 4 different video platforms simultaneously now, which ought to scare people absolutely to death.
It's a lot of you and me there, Dan.
Yeah, a lot more of me than you. The Stay Puft Marshmallow Man is on 4 different streaming things, plus our Campus FM and TuneIn Radio app. But we try to give the Furman sports athletic teams here on campus coverage, mentions, talk they're not getting anywhere else on a daily basis. So we always try to start with some of the things going on here on campus and then move into some of the more broad topics.
Absolutely. So the men's soccer program this weekend continued its torrid pace. They won their 6th game in a row. They are 6-0 on the season. They beat PC 2-1 down in Clinton this past weekend. They were down 1-0, but then 2 minutes later, Lawrence Wyke stepped up to the penalty box and scored on a penalty kick. That was kind of awkward right there, but you know what? We're going to roll with it. And then with 20 minutes left to go in the game, Connor Hubbard put the Paladins ahead for good, and the Paladins became the victors of the game. That is his 3rd goal of the season, which ties him with Connor Sloan for the most goals on the team. So that's good stuff right there.
Can I interrupt just for a second?
Absolutely.
Drew Tibbs is one of the folks who's joined us via Periscope, and he made a comment about the game, but then when we popped the graphics up on the screen, he said, "Graphics? I kind of like the Sharpie." Well, the high-tech graphics board is not going away. It's just every day we may put some kind of other little saying or quote or something on there.
I like that idea, yeah.
But so we will not completely do away with it, but we've got a new toy, man. We're going to play with it.
You got to, bring it out of the box. Unwrap it.
You actually probably should be a little worried about some of the things you might see pop up on your screen by the time we're all said and done. Anyway, I'm sorry.
You just never know. No worries.
Back to soccer.
The women's team also won. They beat Kennesaw State 2-0 down in Kennesaw this past weekend. Molly Dwyer scored 2 goals, and they had multiple assists on both the goals. Trevor Aycock, Rachel Shaw, Aaron O'Hearn, and Maddie Kulik all assisted on the 2 goals because you can have 2 assists per goal in soccer. That was a really good win for them. And just a quote from Andrew Burr. He said, quote, "I thought this was our best effort of the year so far. The team chemistry both on and off the field was very good, and it was great to see Allie get her first shutout. She did a great job of communicating and keeping our back 4 organized." So obviously this is a great showing for women's soccer with SoCon play almost here. I believe they have one more game in non-conference play. No, actually that was their last one. So they head into conference play this weekend on Friday versus VMI to open things up. So that's going to be definitely a big win for them heading into the conference play. Volleyball,
and that's at home, right?
That is at home. Excuse me. Yep, 7 o'clock at Stone Soccer Stadium.
They always play at home.
They do,
much to the chagrin of Doug Allison.
Yeah, Burr just somehow he always seems to get a home match. How he does it, no one knows. But volleyball at the Knoxville, Tennessee Classic this past weekend, they beat USC Upstate but fell to Marshall and barely lost to Tennessee in 5 sets on Sunday. The women's tennis team did well at both of their events in Duke and at USC Upstate with multiple Paladins winning, including Gabby Rodriguez and let me pull it up. Where is it? And Hannah Ferret. So good stuff for them. Obviously, it's not going to affect their regular season, but it's just good to kind of get things rolling in terms of building the team and getting better every day moving forward. And those are your Paladin news and notes outside of the football realm, and I know we're going to have a ton to talk about with that.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll tell you what. Let's take a break.
Trivia question.
We'll do a trivia question. We'll take a break, and we'll come back and spend a segment talking nothing but Furman NC State, in which you will get to hear in advance Saturday's Bon Secours St. Francis Furman flashback.
Oh, beautiful.
Because it is the highlights from the NC State game. So we'll do that, but let's do the trivia question first.
Absolutely. Going to stick with Furman football here, and obviously on Saturday, PJ hooked up with Andy Shummer for a 71-yard touchdown pass. So my question is going to kind of go off of that. What is the longest pass in Furman history, and who threw it? And who caught it?
Touchdown pass or just pass completion, period?
Longest touchdown pass.
Longest touchdown pass. In Furman history, who threw it, who caught it? Okay. Good question. Put your guesses in the chat box and the comment section on Facebook Live, or hit us up on Twitter at Dan Scott Show, and you'll get your choice of an attaboy or a pat on the back once the answer is revealed if you got it right. All right, to break we go. Again, we are brought to you each and every day by our friends at the Atlanta Bread Company, Cherrydale Plaza in Greenville. I encourage you to stop by and see Jeff Massey and the folks there for great food, even better people, and tell them that you really appreciate them sponsoring the program and helping us basically get our sea legs under us here as we're moving forward in this new venture. That's the Atlanta Bread Company. Here's a little more about them as we go to break and back to talk Furman football against NC State when we return here on the Dan Scott Show. Don't go away. The Atlanta Bread Company wants to make your dining experience as convenient as possible, especially if you're ordering takeout. Go online to atlantabreadcompany.com, place your order there, and pay for it too. Then, when you get to the restaurant at Cherrydale Point, you breeze right by the cash registers and go straight to the pickup counter where your food will be waiting. And speaking of food, try the new Shrimp Po' Boy, a delicious and surprisingly healthy addition to the already great menu. That's the Atlanta Bread Company, Cherrydale Point in Greenville.
Looking for a good lunch spot in the Travelers Rest area? The Cafe at Williams Hardware is your place. Williams Hardware has food for the whole family, from the famous Reuben to the barbecue chicken quesadilla and their daily lunch specials, which includes the award-winning BLT on pimento cheese with pepper jelly, served Tuesday to Thursday. Williams Hardware also serves breakfast on Saturdays from 8 to 11, perfect before Furman home game. And don't forget their gift shop, which offers items for anyone on your list. Go see your friends at the Cafe at Williams Hardware, 13 South Main Street in downtown TR. Full menu and operating hours at the Cafe at WilliamsHardware.com.
So you've got a busted phone or tablet screen. Time to get a new device? Nope. Time to give it CPR. CPR cell phone repair at Cherrydale can repair almost any phone or tablet screen on the market and usually can do it same day. In fact, if you have an iPhone, the fix usually takes less than an hour. CPR cell phone repair also can fix computers and gaming systems, both screens and hard drives. And they sell refurbished devices and new accessories. Stop by and see the new owner, Janet Culver, today and check them out on Facebook. That's CPR cell phone repair at Cherrydale, 864-282-9097. Give it CPR today.
I'll say something.
All right, welcome back to the show. I am Dan Scott. That is Forrest Stulting. We are here live on campus, and good to have you with us here on the program. We just lost a portion of our audience because I hit the wrong button again, and we will try to get the Facebook stream back here shortly. But in the meantime, for those of you who are still with us on Twitter and on YouTube, Furman and NC State, obviously a 49-16 state win. It was a one-score game with 2 minutes left in the first half, and the Paladins gave up a late touchdown, came out of the locker room, got a 3-and-out, and had a big opportunity on a big play to draw back to within one score again, but could not connect on the big pass play. And then the next two possessions turned into touchdowns for State, and that was kind of the ball game. But anyway, here's a little bit of an audio tour through the game, and see what you think. These are highlights from Furman and NC State. Grayson Atkins from 46 yards away, kick on the way, and it is good. Ball was spotted in the middle of the field, and Atkins nailed it, and Furman gets points on its opening drive and leads it 3-0 with 9:53 to go in the opening quarter. 3rd and 9 at our own 36-yard line. 3 receivers left, 1 right, quick option. That is Luke, 40, 45, stays in bounds, down the near sideline, the 30, the 25, and all the way down inside the 20 to the 19-yard line of NC State. It looked like the Wolfpack defenders gave up because he was right on the sideline, near side, but Tristan Luke stayed in bounds and turned it into a huge gain, and Furman in the red zone, 1st and 10 at the State 19. Empty backfield, here comes a blitz. Finley under pressure, and we got it. Back inside the 35-yard line. They brought pressure and finally able to get the sack. It was Donovan Perryman. 3rd and 5, out of the shotgun, Blazowski to throw. Looking left, throws outside. He's got a man wide open at the 20. Up near the 30-yard line, Shumpert makes the catch. Knocked out of bounds in front of his own bench at the 29. That is a gain of 17 yards. Blazowski to throw. Shumpert wide open in midfield at the 35, the